Wow, it feels like a long time since I have last done a Sunderland video. Literally, I don't even know when that was. And I do apologise for that, but honestly, not a lot has happened at the club until now. Because we have a new manager. For literally, we have gone 6 months since we sacked Tony Mowbray and we appointed Mike Dogg as a temporary caretaker manager until we replaced him with someone. I mean, first of all, let's go back to that Tony Mowbray chat, because in theory, I thought that when we sacked him, didn't agree with that, by the way, would have wanted to keep Tony Mowbray. We were in quite a good position, let's be honest. We were like 1 or 2 points out of the playoff. We sacked Tony Mowbray and then we just go plummeting down the table. Terrible. Finished, 13th was it? Awful. Lost interest towards the end of the season. Players didn't look interested. No one looked interested, really, to be honest with you. And I'll tell you what, definitely we didn't look interested in finding a manager. Why would you sack a manager and then not have one that immediately comes in? I don't know. But after 6 months, since we sacked Tony Mowbray, I believe on the 4th of December last year, we have now replaced him with a manager who, I don't even know how to pronounce his name properly. I'm going to try. Regis Bris. That could have been racist, but it wasn't intended to be. Regis. I don't need to do that with my hand, actually. Alright, keep my hand down here. Regis Bris. That's his name. Right. Had I heard of him before? Well, not until we talked about him within the Sunderland community in the news, our local news, and no, I haven't heard of him before. No, I haven't heard of him before. I've seen him on the Sunderland paging. I've seen him there being chatted about, but I hadn't heard of him. But he signed a 3-year deal at Sunderland. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know how I feel about it, because he was at FC Loriente. Again, probably annihilated the pronunciation of that. I mean, I can't talk properly anyway, let alone try and speak in or pronounce in French. They're terrible. But they're not a great side, really, are they, to be honest with you? They finished 17th in League One. Like, have we really got a manager that is going to take Sunderland back to the Premier League? I don't know. I'm not a kind of person that's going to outright say, no, he's not. But from the look of things, from where we've got him from, the calibre, which, by the way, Speakman has said that he's delighted to have attracted someone of his calibre to Sunderland Football Club. But then the stats are saying that his calibre isn't actually that great, because the only team he's managed, really, is Loriente. And they finished 17th in what we would all call a farmers league. He was in charge of Loriente for 76 games. They only won 23 of those. So it's like a 30% win rate. That isn't that great, is it? Like, is he really a big name that we're coming and bringing to this massive club? This once massive club. We haven't been for the last 6, 7, maybe even longer years. I don't even remember how long it's been since we left the Premier League, which is mental, really, actually, because it seems like such a long time ago now. I think we went down to the Championship, then down to League One, spent a good old few years in there, got comfy in League One, and now we're here in the Championship. Now, it's great. I think the Championship, personally, is one of the best leagues in the world. It's the most competitive league, where the Premier League, as you can see over the last 10 years, with Man City mostly winning that, and, you know, a few Liverpool and that in the midst, it's just not that competitive, is it? But the Championship is. And, like, it's hard, because in one retrospect, I would love to see us get back to the Premier League and be able to go to the fantastic away days like Tottenham away. I always used to love Tottenham away. Haven't been to the new ground. Would love to go there. Chelsea, Old Trafford, you know, going to all these different places. It's brilliant, but can we compete back in that level again? Because we never did in the first place. Probably not. So, am I like here, sitting here like looking a manager to take us back to the Premier League? Well, maybe not. Maybe that isn't the aim. I don't know. Well, surely all football clubs, the aim is promotion, but do we really want to get back to the Premier League as the club, as in their business? Yeah, because of the money. But we're still on the TV and that in the Championship anyway. It's a very tricky one because we'll get back to the Premier League, and you all that were moaning, Sunderland fan, everyone, will moan when we're doing shit, let's be honest. And there we are, in the relegation zone of the Premier League, and maybe even look into Newcastle because they are like the richest club in the world right now. Yeah, I mean, that's terrible, that FA Cup game. Let's forget about that because that was shocking. that was shocking, wasn't it? So we definitely don't want to see stuff like that happening again. If that's like a little snippet of what it would be like to be back in the Premier League. So that is hard. Maybe we're not looking to get back out to the Premier League. And maybe, in a long-winded way, he ain't got the right appointment to stabilise us in the Championship. Because that's what I feel like we need at the moment, is stabilising in the Championship. The first season back in the Championship, we looked fantastic. This season that just happened, that was shit. That was so bad. It was such a bad season. So like, hopefully we can move on with that because that was shocking. Now, Sunderland, over the past 10 years, have had 19 managerial changes. Now, yes, that's going to put in Mike Dogg there like 3 or 4 times and the other temporary managers. But we have had 12 permanent managers over the past 10 years. How mad is that? With Bris, actually, will now be the 13th, I think, actually. That's mad, isn't it? We just don't have a good track record of keeping hold of managers. And that is such a shame, actually, isn't it? That is such a shame. That a big club like us, like Sunderland, we can't retain managers. Maybe we don't give them enough time. Maybe that's the reason. But Bris coming in, just before pre-season start, he hadn't got enough time. He coming in to Sunderland, he just left Loriente, and I don't think he had enough time. Pre-season starts soon, really. We got to get players in. Other teams, we're not doing anything. So, I think it is going to be hard for him, unfortunately. But I would love to see him do well. Of course, I do. Any new manager, I wish him all the best. I'm never ever going to be against the manager. You always let them show their managerial skill because he got a hell of a lot better than what I could do. So I can't sit here moaning and saying he isn't a good manager because, well, I can't do that. He's better than me. But if just to paraphrase that, if he come to a team like Sunderland, a club like Sunderland, is he a good manager for our level of what I think we should be and what I think we deserve to be, because we have a massive fan base. We have fans all over the country, all over the world. But here we are bringing in a manager from Loriente, 17th in League One. That, again, we call a farming league. 17th. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts, because anything I say, that isn't a fact, yeah? I mean, the fact is, we have got that new manager. Regis Bris. Already forgetting his name. The fact is, we have had 19 managerial changes in the past 10 years. The fact is, we have had 12 permanent manager changes in the past 10 years. But the fact isn't that he's a shit manager. That isn't a fact. I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying, from the league that he had just been in, he couldn't achieve it there. I don't know, for whatever reason. There could be a valid reason. Maybe he wasn't getting the players that he wanted to get. Maybe they were not allowing him to buy, or maybe not giving him a big enough transfer budget. I don't know the in and out of that part. All I can look at is that table and seeing Loriente 17th. And all I can do is look at his win out of how many games that he's managed under them and go by that. But I wish him all the best. Let me know what you think about Regis Bris, the new Sunderland manager. Are you happy with the appointment? Are you not? Because I want to hear about it. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you will see more Sunderland content again in the new season. It has been a little bit too long without any Sunderland content, so it's been fantastic to have this new, really, for me to jump back in here in my studio to be able to actually record a Sunderland video. Let's go. Regis Bris, Red and White Army. That doesn't have a good ring to it, does it? subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video. And I'll see you in a bit. Well, lads.